I honestly don't really know about the rest of you, but after False Swipe Gaming did that remake of how great was Dragonite actually, I'm going to do what that one YouTube video did, and I'm going to get myself a Dragonite. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Ah, boy. Yep. Needless to say, yeah, if I totally wasn't honest about being a Pokemon fan, then I'm being one now. I'm being honest now, I mean. I don't know. I guess with everything going on, I've been sort of, going back and forth, catching up with my video games. It's just that, I've just been so incredibly lazy, even now. I mean, don't worry, actually, today I don't really know if I'll be able to be better, because I was going to visit my folks this evening, for a little bit. Not long, just a couple hours. Should be a fun morning though, or fun evening. Well, I hope this morning is fun. I wouldn't mind doing that. And actually, I just did realize that even though today should be Happy Tuesday, everybody, today is March 31st. Today is the last day where I will be wearing this tie. It's sad. I know. I mean, I wish I could really say that, March was going to end with a bang, but let's be honest, that's not remotely happening. Not with everything that's been going on. I mean, again, this March was supposed to be filled with me going to the world's largest shamrock attempt and going to the polar bear plunge at the Switzerland Inn. Both of which are canceled because of, the coronavirus. Yeah. I was actually, it's funny. I was talking to my mother last night after she got out of work, over the phone, obviously. And she mentioned how there were, I forget what it was, quite a few emergency room cases in the span of 4 or 6 hours. And at one point, my mom does get a little frustrated with stuff like that, because it really does go to show how not smart people can be. But it also gave her a little bit of hope that, things are getting better. People really are starting to, go out more a little. Because things really have been getting better. It's just been moving at the speed of a glacier for the most part. And when she said this over the phone, I told her one of two things is going to happen. Either the virus really will be contained, we all really will be able to go out and do stuff again, which is, let's be honest, what we're all hoping for, as soon as possible even. Or the other thing that may likely happen, which would not surprise me if it happened, is if society as a whole gets fed up with staying inside and be like, you know what, if I get sick, I get sick. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Consequences be darned. Let's be honest, it's been that way for quite a few things in the past. Although, if that were to not happen involving this, then that'd be okay as well. Personally, I don't want to say anything. I was going to say that I was going to jinx myself in saying I'm perfectly fine, but that could always change in a matter of days. It's just that lately I've sort of been getting some allergies. Don't worry, it's just allergies because more like a tickle in my throat and maybe a little bit of sniffles, but nothing that is outright going to, do me in. It shouldn't anyway. I mean, yeah, I do a pretty good job taking care of myself. It was actually really sad yesterday because on the way back, I'm walking into my apartment and I actually saw an old friend, a really dear friend, and I'm like, we can't like get over and like hug or whatever, like the fact because he's standing like maybe 20 feet away from me, so we essentially have to like yell to each other in order to like really like in order to hear us. And we're like, it was so sad. Like, yeah, I don't know. Can't really do much, I guess. Yeah. It's weird. Like, last night for sure, one thing that was definitely funny and like sort of off kind of way is like it was after like 9:30 and that's usually around the time I get ready for bed. And I was sleepy, but at the same time, like I was too tired to get up to go to bed. Like the spot I'm sitting in right now, that's pretty much where I was sitting. I'm like, time to go to bed. I'm too tired to get up to go to bed. I don't want to go to bed. But I had to. So then I would get up early and do this video. So, there was that. For those of you guys who are wondering, yes, the ARC Thoughts will be coming out later this evening, which, spoiler alert, I am going to be rocking this tie one last time for it because it's the month of March. Why not? I've said this story before, but I'm sure that a bunch of you guys are wondering, like, why of all things during the month of March am I wearing this tie? Well, believe it or not, it actually stems back from when I was a wrestler in high school. It was around my sophomore year. We had this one guy, who's actually a dear friend of mine, who tried wrestling for the first time as a junior. And, one afternoon, a bunch of the guys were, like, really talking about, like, how Irish he is. I mean, his last name is, again, I never named names, so it's not to embarrass or offend anyone, but he had a very Irish name. And because we're all stupid teenagers at the time, we attributed the fact, oh, if he's not Irish, that means he's going to be able to drink with the rest of them. Yeah! Drink alcohol, of course. Now, needless to say, I really was more on the straight and narrow. That and plus, when I was little, I was scared, stiff, and like, okay, if I do anything like drugs or alcohol, it will kill me, and I'm absolutely terrified of dying. So naturally, I thought that sort of shenaniganry was, silly, to say the least. But, I let those guys have their fun. I mean, I'm sure they were only mildly kidding in terms of, because we're all adults now at this point, so this group of guys and myself are all adults at this point, so what we decide to do in terms of drinking alcohol is completely our business and our business alone. Not that anyone of them has a problem or anything, just, it's just how it is. I hope they don't have a problem. They'd rather sad if they had a drinking problem. Anyway, so they're talking about how much, how Irish they are. And again, I thought it was silly. Fast forward to, actually, no, this is my junior year this happened. And then fast forward a little over a year later, my senior year, when I had prepared to go to Trinity Pauling. My mother drove me to Joseph A. Banks. And, with Trinity Pauling, there was a dress code, khaki pants, belt, suit, shirt, tie. So we went to Joseph A. Banks to find that stuff, and, we picked out a couple of ties. And for whatever reason, maybe it was because deep down, I still have an affinity for the color green or something. But I saw this tie. I immediately thought of Irish, specifically that guy I just mentioned. And, it just sort of stuck with me. And then I knew that I would have to wear this tie at Trinity Pauling. And I knew I was going to Trinity Pauling for wrestling. So I had decided that for any and all athletic events that I had that day, I was going to wear this tie. I remember being really good about wearing this tie for wrestling. Not entirely sure if I did that much for cross country. I think I did. But yeah. And in a way, I guess you could attribute this as a lucky tie. Which I actually had a pretty successful wrestling season at Trinity Pauling because of it. I mean, I guess my time at Horseheads really wasn't that great. And for the most part, it really had nothing to do with the students, but certain faculty that were there as certain other things. And so when I was at Trinity Pauling, and I knew that I would no longer have to worry about, again, those faculty or those other things that I just alluded to, I was free. I felt good. There was no pressure. No one at Trinity Pauling really knew me necessarily. So between that and I guess a little luck from this tie, I ended up going to nationals for prep school wrestling. I mean, I did not do very well at all. Not even remotely close to getting an All-American. Although my first match I got royally hosed. I'd get further into details, but it'd be a little gruesome to say. It'd be TMI, if you will. But, yeah. So, for better or for worse, I actually owe quite a lot to this tie. I mean, I'm sure I'll probably wear it again at some point throughout the year. And if the situation demands it, maybe you'll see it in another video at some point. It could happen. I mean, I'm totally open to wearing it again. Just the situation would actually have to, demand as such. Not that it's going to be happening, but we were going to be going to my family and I were going to be going to the country club for Easter brunch. If I was wearing an outfit that, could support sort of going with this tie, I totally would have done it. I was going to do it last year, too, when we went to the Seneca Harbor Hotel for Easter brunch. But, the outfit I was wearing was a light blue shirt, and the tie I had light blue stripes. I think it was also silver and black stripes on it as well, I believe. But, yeah. So, it's totally within the realm of possibility you guys could see this tie again before March of 2021. I mean, it's somewhat doubtful because, again, the situation would have to demand for it. But if it does, you might see it again. Sure. I mean, again, it's sort of sad that the month of March the month of March of 2020 had to be the way it was, just because of everything going on. But, if nothing else, I hope I at least had this video end on a, happier sort of note. Because, again, I did talk about something I treasure. In a way, just like Luffy treasures a straw hat. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms, turn on those notifications on YouTube. Feel free to comment if you'd like to. I'm very humbled I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And remember, you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. Always have your back. Take care and make good choices. And remember, if every pork chop were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. See ya.